Hi, I'm Holly Andrews, integrative nutrition health coach and stress recovery coach. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the kitchen. This week, I have a wonderful sweet treat for you with, yes, still seasonal produce as a main ingredient, and that is, of course, zucchini. Zucchini this time of year is very prevalent. It's at peak right now, and so if you don't have, again, neighbors that are growing zucchini and they've got so much that they would be more than happy to give it to you, the farmers markets sure have it, and of course the grocery stores will also have it as well. So go grab yourself some zucchini and let's make this sweet, fudgy, no-bake zucchini chocolate protein balls. As always, we're going to talk about what makes these recipes so special in terms of keeping our blood sugar balanced, our cortisol levels stable, and all of the nutritional goodness that goes into these recipes. And of course, we're going to start with the zucchini. Zucchini being in season gives us a ton of fiber. It also adds some moisture to this recipe, but not too much, and you'll see how I handle that. So I love using zucchini as this foundation. Of course, you can do all kinds of things with zucchini right now to make them sweet. Zucchini bread, zucchini muffins, zucchini cake. I mean, you know, it just goes on and on. But these zucchini protein balls are very much like fudge bites. So zucchini as the fiber for this meal. We've also got cocoa powder, adding in some magnesium, helping to calm and regulate the nervous system. We've got chocolate protein powder. I use chocolate protein powder in this recipe to obviously add protein. So we're helping to get those 3 macros that I'm always talking about. Like, you obviously want to have protein, healthy fats, and carbs. So we've got the protein from the protein powder here, carbs from the zucchini, and then healthy fats in this. We've got a couple of different things. I'm using almond butter in this recipe as kind of the binder that holds it all together. Now, if you can't do a nut butter, feel free to use a seed butter. It'll work just as well. So we've got that's adding in some healthy fats. I did also add in, I will say, some collagen protein into this recipe just to boost the protein content. That's not in the written recipe, but I did add a couple of scoops of collagen protein in here to really up the protein for this. Back to the healthy fats. I have flaxseed, ground flaxseed meal. Flaxseed is a wonderful seed. It adds fiber, it adds omega-3 fatty acids, which we're always looking to add in to help support gut and brain health. And then finally, we've got a little bit of cinnamon, which helps stabilize blood sugar. And then to just make sure we've got enough sweetness, I'm using maple syrup here. So again, I love using maple syrup as a natural sweetener that's not going to spike your blood pressure or blood sugar like a more processed, refined sugar would. Plus, when that natural sugar is combined with the protein, the healthy fats, the carbs, your body's really not going to react and your blood sugar is going to stay stable. So let's talk about how quick and easy it is to throw these things together and give yourself that sweet treat. All right, so I should say that I made a double batch of these protein balls while I was making them. So you'll see double the recipe here. So I started off with what I would call a medium to large zucchini. You want to wind up with 1 cup of finely grated zucchini after you have wrung all of the water out. So use your best judgment. I did buy 2 zucchinis just because I wasn't sure how many I would need to get a full cup of zucchini after having wrung the water out. So I grated my zucchini, then I got a clean dish towel and put my finely grated zucchini on top of that dish towel and started to wrapped it up, and I just started to wring it out and wring it out and wring it out and wring it out. I know that zucchini is full of water, but I really was amazed at how much water came out of that zucchini. And I just squeezed it and squished it and got as much of the water out as possible. I wound up with almost a full cup. So I went back and I grated just the little edge that I didn't grate to protect my fingers. Very carefully went back and grated that or wrung that out. And that made pretty much my full cup of zucchini. So once I did that, I got my bowl out, and then it was just a matter of dumping everything into the bowl and mixing it together. So I added in my zucchini, I added in my protein powder, my cocoa powder, my collagen, the honey, the cinnamon. And then once I got everything into the bowl, I just mixed it up and then I started rolling it into small little bites. Now, these are very fudgy. And so I did have to stop in the middle and wash my hands off after licking all of the fudge, of course, and start, going through the rest of them just because it was getting very sticky. So, but it made about 20, which that's what you want. You want about 10 protein balls per recipe. So since I did the double batch, I got 20. Then I popped them in the refrigerator for about half an hour, a little more at this point. I lost track of time, but you want to let them chill for at least half an hour and then you'll have a beautiful fudgy treat. All right, so here they are. It's just like a fudge ball. They're not super solid, but fudge bites they are. So full of protein, full of fiber, full of healthy fats. They taste really good and super simple to make. So you can have these as a nice treat, an after school snack for your kiddos, or a post workout snack if you need a little boost. They are very versatile, and I love that it took, no more than 5-10 minutes to throw them together. So I hope you've enjoyed the recipe. To get more recipes, check out my website, check out the YouTube channel. If you want more info on stress recovery and balancing cortisol levels, you can always go to my blog post. You can check out my coaching program where I can work with you one-on-one. You can check out my book, Heal Your Stress from the Inside Out. It's on Amazon and Kindle. That goes deep dives into my own journey with stress recovery, how stress impacted every single aspect of my life, how I used nutrition and stress management practices to recover from that, and I give you a way to personalize your own recovery roadmap from stress. So check that out. And I want to drop that I am working on something really special for you coming soon, coming within the next month. I am working on a community because I feel like we all need a place to go where we can have a safe space and talk about these things that maybe we can't talk about with anybody else. So stay tuned for details coming on that. And until next time, I'm Holly Andrews, and I believe that you can heal your stress from the inside out.